Hey fellow moto travelers, motorcycles at Walt Disney World, and a September trip update, starting right now at MotoTravelUSA. Alright. Hey everyone, this is a route where you could really open up. It's kind of back roads to Walt Disney World. It's typical flat Florida and it's not that busy typically, although it is starting to get developed and getting a little busier than it used to be. It does have some fun hills and some very small curves for Florida, but it's actually a pretty cool route. Anyway, I thought I'd take the route, take a ride to Walt Disney World today. Yep, Walt Disney World. Although the theme parks are the main attractions and there are some roads that are comparable to the worst roads in big cities, there are also some fun roads that are less traveled by tourists and others that are great for motorcyclists. Walt Disney World is 45 square miles or something like that, so lots to explore. While looking at Google Maps really quick, I also found a road that I've never taken before that cuts through lots of forest, so I wanted to give that a try too. While driving there, I wanted to also give you an update on the September Blue Ridge Parkway trip. So like every motorcycle trip I take, I have these pie-in-the-sky ideas at first, and then they get grounded in reality. I mentioned in the original announcement video that I was considering camping the entire way along the Blue Ridge, and that's not happening this trip. I still want to do it because I think that would be fun, but with everything I want to do for this channel, there's just not enough room on the motorcycle. Camping gear takes up so much space, and I need the room to help document for this channel's first trip while launched. Man, the heavy construction trucks really tear up these roads. Bumpy as hell. That's an interesting looking entryway to a home development. Interested to see what that looks like when it's done. So this road takes you down to an area that Disney has owned for a while, and it sat partially developed for a long time after the market crash. It's now just starting to become more developed with some hotels. I think their ultimate goal, last time I read, was to have shopping and I believe some places for sporting events. It looks really nice, and it was kind of weird just sitting here because all the roads were put in. I'm interested to see what it looks like when it's all done. This is a back way into Walt Disney World, and where I saw the road I want to explore. Okay, so back to the Blue Ridge trip. Almost all the places are booked now, and I'm looking for things to do and routes in the specific areas. I'll still drive the complete Blue Ridge Parkway, but this time I'm going to stop for an extra day in both Blowing Rock and also near the Natural Bridge in Virginia. When I've driven the parkway before, I've really just driven it straight through and stopped sporadically and not really explored a lot off the parkway. And welcome to Walt Disney World, one of the last places many would think of a ride on a motorcycle. Back to the Blue Ridge trip, I actually want to explore more off the parkway while still driving the complete way. The Natural Bridge area looks really cool, and there are a ton of roads that look promising on Google Maps. And also Blowing Rock has that bridge I want to check out, and it looks like many cool roads in that area too. In the past, I've stayed at Waynesboro near the northern entrance of the Blue Ridge Parkway. I'm not going to do that this time. I'll just stay in Natural Bridge and head up to Waynesboro and then back to Natural Bridge in the same day. The new road I found is down here and to the left. It's right up here and denied. Damn. Should I just blow the gate? That would get some views, huh? I could say cops arrested at Disney or other National Enquirer tactics. Well, damn. Okay, so plan B. I'll take you behind the scenes at Magic Kingdom instead. I was actually looking forward to taking that route, but I can't. And so hardly anybody drives on this road since it's on the backside of Disney. It's more just for employees right now, and some people who take the 429, which is a relatively new highway that has been built in the area. Yeah, I really enjoy Walt Disney World, and I'm not just talking the theme parks. The wife and I like to enjoy dinner at the restaurants, at the hotels, and just take in the amazing scenery. So this road isn't fun for motorcycle. It connects multiple hotels and theme parks and gets super busy. It can feel sometimes like you're driving through a Grand Theft Auto video game when driving on some of these roads. So if you do drive here on a motorcycle and get stuck on one of these super busy roads, be careful, because people usually are lost and don't know where they're going, so they drive insane, cutting over multiple lanes, and they definitely aren't looking for motorcycles. And then we're back to some of the back roads. This road actually takes you down to Port Orleans and a kennel they have here, but also Golden Acres. I believe that's the name of it. It's multi-million-dollar homes that they built at Walt Disney World, and you get all these high-end perks for living there. It was an old golf course. Unfortunately, it's gated, so I won't be able to drive in there. So for the channel, during the trip, I want to challenge myself to do daily updates. Of course, that'll be dependent on internet connections and all that, but I'll do my best to update you on what's going on and share some of the beautiful scenery and some of the cool places I'm stopping. And this is a back road to a few hotels, and then we'll pass by the Magic Kingdom. It's also not that busy here, and it can be a fun road. You do have to watch out for deer while on this road. The Walt Disney World camping sites here, and they've kept it pretty undeveloped. But as you'll see in a little bit, it still astonishes me how continuous Walt Disney World is upgrading and doing construction. New things pop up what seems like every week. Like the roadway up here is totally different than how it's been for years. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. I don't know if they're expanding something or building something new, but the road, they've totally redesigned it. And to jump in the time machine in what seems like another life. So living in the area, I've sometimes done work for Walt Disney World. And probably one of the coolest things that I got to help out on was the opening of the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. I worked along the Imagineers as they were working out the finishing touches. It was insane hours, insane pressure, but it was so cool. I helped out on the media side, but also with the ride vehicle transport system. It was insane. The Imagineers are at the top of their games, and they were so fun to work with, even as the pressure mounted. It was so cool seeing them work on that technology and helping out. If I ever get the chance to do something like that again, I'll totally jump on it. Yeah, so to the left here is where you would park if you're driving to the Magic Kingdom. Also, the buses and ticket and transportation center. You can also get to the Polynesian going this way and the Wilderness Lodge. And there's the Contemporary Resort. And this is actually driving underneath water right here. People ride boats above it. And that's the Magic Kingdom to the left, and where the buses and boats would drop you off to go into the theme park. And check out Space Mountain. That thing still looks cool to me no matter how old I am and no matter how it is. It still looks brand new, and really it looks like a snapshot into the past and their idea of the future. And from this point is really behind the scenes. We're going to drive by where they fixed the monorails and employees would park. It's also the area where you enter the hidden tunnels underneath the Magic Kingdom, which are actually kind of freaky if you ask me, but interesting nonetheless, especially in Florida, where you typically don't have basements. So over to the right are a lot of the warehouses, the monorail, and a training division of Disney. And this is where the employees would park and then be bussed over to where they work. And there you have it, a quick ride on a motorcycle through Walt Disney World and an update on the Blue Ridge Parkway trip. I hope you enjoyed riding along on this little adventure. If you did like the video, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the upcoming Blue Ridge Parkway trip. That's going to be really fun. I'm excited to share it with you. Thanks for joining me today at Walt Disney World and on MotoTravelUSA. Now let's go explore.